A 20-year-old female employee working at a North Korean restaurant in China suddenly disappeared one day, along with 7 of her colleagues, selected from the outskirts of Pyongyang, and deployed to the front lines of foreign currency earning operations. She was subjected to threats of repatriation if sales targets weren't met under strict surveillance. She was forced to serve drinks to Chinese customers, traveling only between the dormitory and restaurant, with virtually no wages, as all profits were remitted to the authorities. Surprisingly, after witnessing a colleague being dragged away for attempting to defect, this woman began secretly persuading other employees, though they were selected as loyal workers for foreign currency operations. Why did they risk their lives to turn their backs on the regime? 8 people decided to escape together under 24-hour surveillance. If discovered, execution for all was certain. How on earth did all 8 manage to safely set foot on South Korean soil? Hello. I was born in the outskirts of Pyongyang. In the summer of 2016, 8 of us collectively defected from a North Korean restaurant in China. This is our story. Both of my parents were Workers' Party cadres. My father worked in the local industrial sector party organization for 25 years. And my mother handled food distribution-related party duties for over 15 years. Despite being in the outskirts of Pyongyang, our family was relatively better off. From childhood, I participated in party meetings and youth league events. I was educated that our system was the best in the world. I thought all of this was natural. As a party cadre's child, I never even thought about deviating. In spring 2013, when I was 20, an unexpected opportunity arose. The local party organization recruited volunteers for overseas restaurants. The youth league instructor said, "Comrade Kong Young Mi, with your parents' career and your family's loyalty to the party, you're qualified." I received 3 weeks of training, 50 hours of Chinese conversation, 20 hours of serving etiquette, and 30 hours of discipline education. They emphasized, never contact South Koreans, always get permission for outings, and failure to meet sales targets means repatriation. They added that, if a party cadre's child causes problems, even parents will be punished under guilt by association. On May 2013, I boarded an international train at Pyongyang Station, heading to China through Sinwiju. After border inspection, we crossed the Amak River Railway Bridge. From Dandong, we took another train for 8 hours. The Chinese train was much cleaner and faster than North Korean ones. We arrived at our destination at 10 p.m. Following the supervisor, we reached lodging near the restaurant, a shabby 4-story apartment. Inside were 4 North Korean employees who had arrived earlier. With our 5 joining, we became 9 in total. That night, I shared a room with 2 other women. Everyone had cautious eyes. Hearing, "We'll have to endure for a long time." The atmosphere already felt ominous. I thought overseas would be free and lively, but it was completely different. A life unimaginable in Korea was beginning. The next morning at 7 a.m., restaurant work began. It was an ordinary restaurant with a North Korean flag at the entrance, though it had a stage for evening performances. Manager Park said, "You'll handle serving, cleaning, and dealing with Chinese customers. Work hard to increase sales." All 9 of us worked from 7 a.m. to 11 p.m., 16 hours of labor daily. The first week was hectic. When busy, I handled multiple tables simultaneously. Pouring drinks for Chinese customers was especially difficult. Superiors gave coercive instructions, saying, "Accommodate what customers want to increase sales." If we refused, threats of repatriation followed. My expectation of autonomy abroad completely crumbled. Lodging was harsher. 3 shabby rooms for 9 of us, with a chain of command. We couldn't go outside freely except between work and lodging. No travel permits, just prison. For any outing, we needed the manager's permission with clear purpose. Once when I said I'd buy sanitary pads, I was refused with, "Those are distributed in bulk." Being monitored for everything was more suffocating than in North Korea. Sister Yi Jung-son, 26, a senior assigned 3 years before me, quietly advised, "If you show dissatisfaction, it gets reported. Never show it, just work hard." She also warned about accessing South Korean broadcasts. You don't know who's monitoring you. In spring 2014, Korean tourists came. When I poured water, I heard them say, "Did you watch the news last night? There was a report about North Korea." My ears perked up, but I quickly left feeling the supervisor's monitoring gaze. As time passed, I realized I was in a thoroughly closed space despite being abroad. Watching people freely outside made me envious. Superiors periodically inspected our belongings, searching rooms 2 or 3 times monthly. The restaurant seemed prosperous, but North Korean authorities' remittance demands kept increasing. When sales didn't meet targets, Manager Park would reprimand us 9. Threatening, "If the report goes to the home country, you could be punished. Your parents will also be taken under guilt by association." The monthly target was 50,000 yuan, about 9 million won. Even earning 48,000 yuan meant scolding. The 2,000 yuan difference had to be divided among us. 9 each person, coughing up 222 yuan, about 40,000 won. All restaurant money was remitted to North Korea. What remained for us was about 200 yuan per month, 35,000 won. After deducting expenses, it was always tight. We couldn't eat well or work comfortably overseas. Assignment was poison. All 9 of us were exhausted, anxious, fearing when we'd be dragged back. A life without freedom overseas, nothing more contradictory. I realized we were just tools for earning foreign currency. Fall 2015, about 2.5 years in, one of our 9, Kim Moon-hee 24, from Hamhung, disappeared during morning roll call. Manager Park declared emergency. "Kim Moon-hee has escaped. If we don't find her, you'll take responsibility." 3 days later, Moon-hee was caught by Chinese public security and dragged back. Face swollen and lips split. Manager Park made her stand before us. 8. This is the fate of a traitor. For a week, Moon-hee only did cleaning before our eyes, speaking forbidden. Given 1 meal daily. On October 12, 2015, she was repatriated to North Korea. Probably to a political prison camp. Attempting to defect is treason. After that incident, we 8 started suspecting each other. Fearing who might inform. Sister Jung Seon whispered, "Young M.I., be careful. Don't trust anyone now." In early 2016, another tragedy. February sales were only 32,000 yuan short, 18,000 yuan from the 50,000 target. Manager Park exploded. Contact came from the home country. "If it's like this next month too, everyone will be repatriated." Total repatriation meant all 8 returning to North Korea. That night we gathered, everyone tearing up. Sister Jung Seon said, "What do we do? If we really go back, won't we end up like Moon-hee?" From March, we worked frantically. March sales recorded 48,000 yuan, still 2,000 short. Manager Park demanded, "You fill the difference. 250 yuan each." Our monthly salary was 200 yuan, yet he wanted 250. We emptied our savings. I gave 6 months savings, 300 yuan. That night Sister Jung Seon said, "Young M.I., we can't live like this. This isn't human life." I squeezed her hand, thinking for the first time we have to get out somehow. In April, a Korean tourist mid-40s male came. When I poured water, he quietly said, "It's hard, isn't it?" He slid a note under the table, "If you need help, contact here." I quickly hid it in my pocket. That night in the bathroom, I unfolded it. 1 phone number and a sentence, "We can help you." I hid the note behind the toilet tank. In June, the situation worsened. Sales dropped to 28,000 yuan, 56% of target. Manager Park reported to the home country, and a representative from Pyongyang's external liaison department came. He lined us 8 up. "If sales don't come in by month's end, everyone will be recalled to the home country." At that moment, I made up my mind. I have to get out. If I go back, it's over. That night, I took out the note. No more time to hesitate. At this rate, all 8 would be dragged to North Korea. I put it in my pocket and steeled my resolve. Let's escape, even just to survive. Spring 2016, Chinese streets outside were changing rapidly. Buildings taller, people's clothing more colorful. Especially fascinating were smartphones. Young people carried touch the screen and anything appears. Customers at our restaurant kept watching their smartphones while eating. I glimpsed videos, dramas, news. Shocking that they could freely watch anything. Korean tourists talked about Korean dramas, that drama's interesting. I watched it on Netflix. Amazing they could freely choose and watch dramas. In May 2016, rumors circulated that Chinese authorities would inspect North Korean restaurants allegedly operated illegally. Manager Park warned tensely, Chinese public security may come anytime. Never say anything strange. Customers decreased. May sales were only 35,000 yuan, 70% of target. Manager Park exploded again. At this rate, the home country will recall us. But ironically, as work decreased, break time increased. I discovered an old computer in a restaurant corner used as karaoke machine but connected to internet. One dawn at 2 a.m., I secretly sat before it. Hands shaking, I typed, Korea, in the search box. Countless information poured out. Seoul night view photos appeared, lights tremendous, incomparably brighter than Pyongyang. Videos showed Koreans freely walking streets without travel permits or surveillance. More surprising was average Korean salary over 2 million won. I received 35,000 won monthly while Koreans received over 2 million. About 57 times difference. Something collapsed inside me. North Korea taught that the South starved under American imperialism, but what I saw was completely different. Rather, we seemed worse off. That night I searched 30 minutes, saw articles about Kim Jong-un regime's human rights violations, political prison camps, public executions. Shocking content. I saw articles about overseas North Korean restaurants. Employees work like slaves, forcibly dispatched to earn foreign currency. My story. Our eight's story. The world knew our situation. Next day I carefully told Sister Jung Son. I searched about Korea on computer last night. She covered my mouth, startled. Are you crazy? If caught, we all die. But curiosity showed in her eyes too. After I explained what I saw, Korea's development, high wages, free life, she quietly said after long silence, Young am I. We've been deceived. Our whole lives. In June, sales dropped to 28,000 yuan, 56% of target. The Pyongyang representative lined us 8 up. If sales don't come in by month's end, everyone will be recalled. At that moment, I decided I have to get out. If I go back, it's over. That night I retrieved the note hidden behind the toilet tank, the Korean tourist's note from a month ago. No more time to hesitate. I steeled my resolve, let's escape. To survive. June 15, 2016. Manager Park gathered us 8 with a Pyongyang document, final notice. If we don't achieve sales target by end of July, everyone recalled effective August 1st. August 1st. Exactly 45 days left. Without a miracle, we'd return to North Korea. We'd heard those who returned for failing sales went to political prison camps. That night we gathered, eyes red. Sister Jung Son spoke first. What do we do? Are we really going back? Sister Choi Hai-jin 26 said tearfully, I'm really scared. They say our families will be taken too. I gathered courage. Sisters, I have something to say. I took out the note. I received this from a Korean tourist a month ago. There's a phone number, they say they can help. Everyone stared. Sister Jung Son took it. Young am I, is this real? Isn't it a trap? I shook my head. I don't know. But do we have another choice? If we go back, we all die. Park Mi Son 23 asked, trembling. But how do we contact them? We don't have phones. I mentioned the restaurant computer. I'll use it secretly at dawn. There's internet phone. We talked until 3 a.m. Vote 6 for escaping, 2 against. The 2 who opposed, Kim Sun-hee 25 and Ri Myung-suk 27, eventually agreed. That's how we 8 decided to escape. June 18, 2:30 a.m. I went to the restaurant. Heart bursting. I accessed internet phone and called the note's number. A man answered, that's right. I thought you'd contact me. Do you need help? Tears nearly burst. Yes. 8 of us want to escape. Can you help? It's possible. But it costs $5,000 per person, about 6 million won. Total 48 million won. I almost fainted. Our combined savings were only 980 yuan, 170,000 won. He said, for now, just need a deposit. Rest paid after arriving Korea. Korean government gives settlement money to. Settlement money gave hope government gives money to defectors, completely different from North Korea teachings. July 5th, the decisive day. First meeting with broker at park near restaurant. Chinese man, mid-40s. He handed me a small phone, only contact through this. We depart July 20th. Get ready. I hid the phone in lodging ceiling gap. July 15th, manager park announced. July 18th, we're going on group tour. We'll visit Chinese scenic spots. My mind lit up, this is our chance. I urgently contacted broker, please move schedule to July 18th. We have group outing that day. Broker thought, then said, got it. 2 p.m. on 18th, I'll wait by tourist site bathroom. All 8 must escape simultaneously. If even one missing, it won't work. D3. Our escape was beginning. July 16th, D2. I couldn't sleep. 2 days later, our fate would be decided. Success means freedom, failure means death. No middle ground. Around 3 a.m., Sister Jung-seon quietly said, Young M.I., are you awake? Can't sleep, sister. She sighed, me neither. Too scared. But we still have to go. If we stay, we really die. Next morning, I gathered the 8 in the bathroom safest place. I explained the final plan quietly. At 2 p.m. on 18th, we leave tourist sites saying we're going to bathroom. 3 white vans waiting behind. We split up, get in, immediately depart. Park Mi-seon asked trembling, but what if manager Park does headcount? Sister Jung-seon answered, tourist site is crowded. We take advantage of confusion. If all 8 move simultaneously, hard to notice right away. Sister Ri Myung-suk worried, what about my parents? If we escape, guilt by association. I spoke, sister, if repatriated, families suffer anyway. If we're punished for not meeting sales, families affected same. If we go to Korea and live well instead, maybe there's a way to save families later. That's how we did final confirmation. All 8, no giving up, we go to the end. July 17th, D1. Final preparations. Each packed minimum belongings in small bag. I packed mother's necklace, North Korean ID, and 300 yuan I'd saved. That evening, manager Park said, we depart 9 a.m. tomorrow. Don't be late. Never stray from group activities. We bowed answering, yes, while thinking completely different thoughts. That night, I said goodbye to parents in my heart, father, mother, I'm sorry. I've become unfilial daughter, but I want to live. I can't live like this. I'll see you again later. Tears streamed down. Past midnight, I sent final text to broker, tomorrow 2 p.m. sharp. All 8 ready. Reply came, got it. We're ready too. Be brave. Dawn July 18th, I woke at 5 a.m. Actually barely slept. Finally today. At 2 p.m. today, we'll escape this hell. Or get caught and die. Hands shook during breakfast. Rice wouldn't go down. Other sisters same. Manager Park looked strangely but dismissed it. At 9 a.m., we boarded bus. Manager Park, assistant manager, S8. Total 10 people. Bus drove 2 hours to famous tourist site place with mountains and lake, crowded with people. From 11 a.m., we toured as group. Manager Park did head counts every 30 minutes. 1, 2, 3. 8 people, correct. Never stray. I kept checking watch. We had lunch. 1 p.m. 1 hour left. I sent eye signal to Sister Jung-seon. She nodded and signaled other sisters. At 2 p.m., Sister Jung-seon said to Manager Park, Manager, we'll go to bathroom. He waved hand annoyed, go quickly. Within 10 minutes, the 8 of us stood up and walked toward bathroom. Heart felt like bursting. We're crossing river we can't return from. I looked back last time. Manager Park was looking at phone. Now is time to go. 201 p.m., we 8 passed through bathroom heading to back parking lot. Walked quickly but didn't run, running would raise suspicion. At 50 meters, we saw man wearing black sunglasses. He gestured, quickly, this way. 3 white vans lined up. We quickly split and got in. I got in first car with Sister Jung-seon and Park Mi-seon. Moment door closed, car started, drove without looking back. I crouched in back seat panting. Sister Jung-seon squeezed my hand. Young Mi, we did it. We really got out. Park Mi-seon was crying tears of joy or fear, couldn't tell. Car drove 3 hours. Left Chinese highway, turned onto country road. Sun setting, around 5 p.m. car stopped at farmhouse. Broker said, rest here overnight. Depart again dawn tomorrow. We ate entered farmhouse warehouse. Mattresses on floor, water and bread. Broker, don't go outside. Chinese public security patrols. If caught, all over. That night barely slept. Startled at every car sound. Around 4 a.m. next day, departed again. This time small truck had to hide in cargo area. The 8 of us crouched in narrow space covered with tarp. Truck drove 6 hours. Felt suffocated. Midway inspection heard broker handing something to Chinese public security. Probably bribe. Fortunately passed. Around 10 a.m., truck stopped. Tarp pulled back. Broker said, get out. From here walk. We walked mountain path 30 minutes until seeing river. Broker, that's Mekong River. Cross that, it's Laos. From there Thailand, then plane. 2 small wooden boats prepared. Split as 8 and loaded. I got on first boat with Sister Jung-seon, Sister Choi Hai-jin, Kim Sun-hee. Boat departed. Rower seemed local. Gestured, be quiet. At river's middle, saw patrol boat lights in distance. We lay flat on boat floor. Heart felt like bursting. If caught now, over. Heard patrol boat approaching closer. Sister Jung-seon squeezed my hand painfully hard. But strangely, patrol boat passed us by. Probably didn't see. About 20 minutes later, arrived other side Laotian land. Second boat also arrived safely. We ate gathered again. Everyone breathed relief sigh. In Laos, stayed 1 day at small inn. Next day took bus toward Thai border took 10 hours. Entering Thailand, another inspection but broker presented forged documents disguising us as Chinese tourists. Arrived Bangkok evening July 21st, third day since escaping. Broker took us to small hotel, wait here 1 week. I'll contact Korean embassy and apply for protection. That week was hell. Trapped in hotel room, unable to go outside, suffering fear of being caught anytime. July 28th, broker finally came, Korean embassy approved. Going to embassy tomorrow. We hugged each other crying. Can really go to Korea. We're alive. Next day went to Korean embassy. Moment we entered main gate, saw Taegukji. At that moment, tears poured out. We knew we were safe under that flag. Embassy staff greeted, you've been through a lot. You're safe now. Hearing those words, 3 years tension released at once. August 5th, we boarded plane to Incheon 5-hour flight. Looking out window at clouds, felt completely different from 3 years ago going North Korea to China. Then was road to prison, now road to freedom. Arriving Incheon airport, I got off plane with trembling legs. Moment stepping on Korean soil, thought we really survived. We ate held hands tightly and cried together. Our new life was beginning. At Incheon airport, we ate were immediately handed over to National Intelligence Service officials. At first scared in North Korea, intelligence agency means state security. But they were different. Greeting, you've been through a lot. You're safe now. We moved to facility in Gyeonggi province for about 1 month identity verification throughout August 2016. Investigators asked countless questions about region, parents' occupations, restaurant work, escape route. I answered everything honestly. Pyongyang outskirts, parents Workers' Party cadres, worked restaurant in China 3 years from 2013. 8 of us collectively escaped July 18, 2016. After month-long investigation, all 8 recognized as genuine. From September, we moved to Hanawan Settlement Support Office for North Korean refugees. Here we received 3 months Korean society adaptation education with about 80 other defectors. Education was diverse. First week understanding Korean society democracy, capitalism, elections. Completely different from North Korea. Here, citizens elect even president. If they don't like them, can change them. Second week financial education opening bank accounts, using check cards, loans. Amazing that there's bank book, money goes in, can buy with card. North Korea had only cash. Third week onward vocational education finding jobs, writing resumes, interviews. I wanted food service, had 3 years restaurant experience. Most shocking was settlement money. Government gives about 7 million won per person. I doubted my ears. In North Korea, defectors are traitors, but Korea gives money. Plus separate housing support. Sister Jung Son said, "Young am I, we really came right. This is heaven." I nodded. Korea might not be perfect, but at least treated us like humans. Most memorable was hearing about first salaries. Instructor said, working restaurant, receive at least 2 million won monthly. With experience, 2.5 or 3 million possible. Tears came at that moment. 2 million won. Me who received 35,000 won monthly at Chinese restaurant would receive 2 million here, about 60 times difference. Park Mi Son cried beside me, "Sister, can we really live like humans?" Early December, we graduated Hanawon. Government assigned regions. I got Gyeonggi City, Sister Jung Son went Seoul. Regrettable we ate were scattering, but each had to start new life. January 2017, I entered first workplace Korean restaurant. Owner willingly hired knowing I was defector, "It's okay. Just work hard here." First salary was 2.1 million won. I stared blankly long time seeing that deposited. Total money I earned 3 years at Chinese restaurant was about 1.2 million won, but here received 2.1 million in 1 month. I cried long time at ATM. Now late 2017, about year and half since coming Korea. Still working that restaurant, salary rose to 2.5 million. Got small studio apartment house in my own name. Sometimes think of parents in North Korea. They must have heard I defected. Worry if they were punished. But I'll save money and bring parents someday. That's my dream. We 8 still keep in touch, meeting at least monthly. We talk about hellish Chinese restaurant times and how happy we are in Korea. Sister Jung Son works at cafe now. Park Mi Son at factory. Sister Choi Hai Jin as beauty salon assistant. Everyone working hard, freely, like humans. I'm telling this story for simple reason: there are still North Korean restaurants in China and other countries with people suffering like we did. I want to tell them, be brave. Escape. Korea is waiting for you. And thank you to Korean people. Thank you for accepting defectors like us, giving settlement money through taxes, giving opportunities to work. I'll work hard in this country until I die. This is best expression of gratitude I can give. Freedom wasn't free. We risked our lives for it. But it was worth it. Everyone, just being born in Free Republic of Korea is blessing. Never forget that.